Picking the right fish to go into your community aquarium can be a really interesting challenge, to say the least. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys the best options to add the most color, the most vibrancy and life to your community aquarium without losing fish. Species number one, tetras. This will be at the top of almost everyone's list because they're so colorful, they're fast so they can get away from predators really easy, and they have a unique schooling sort of look to them. That means that the whole top section of your tank can be a mesmerizing pattern of colors. They are hardy fish, they're really beginner friendly, and there's so many different varieties of tetras that means you are spoiled for choice. The one thing that I will say though, make sure you buy between 6 and 10 of these bad boys, because I've found when I keep them in smaller groups, they tend to be a lot more shy. And the point of getting tetras is so that they're out and about and they feel safe in numbers. That way you get that mesmerizing sort of colorful, flowy look. Next up, we have guppies. They come in so many shapes, sizes, and colors. Again, you're spoiled for choice. They're live-bearing fish, which means you start to wrangle what it's like to keep live bearers and their really unique requirements. The biggest thing that guppies offer you and your community tank is sort of an endless movement or an endless life that seems to catch eyes and catch attention at all points in the day. They're always moving, they're always at different parts of your tank, and because of that, it helps draw people to actually view your tank. They're peaceful fish, super easygoing, and they'll fit right into your community tank as long as you don't have some serious predators available. Species number 3, and this is like the next step up. They're slightly more aggressive, but they also show much more dominance and dynamic in your tank. It's not just endless movement, there's actually behavior going on. Platies and mollies. You're gonna find these guys in almost every community tank anyway, so adding them to yours might be a good idea. Just depends on what small species of fish and maybe shrimp that you've got available do you want them to be predated on. The reason I say these are the next step up is they've got slightly larger mouths. And the general rule with fish is if something can fit in its mouth, it's gonna put it in its mouth. They breed super easy, which means you end up with a tank full of fish literally for free, and they're also super peaceful and easygoing in the right setup. Species number 4, we're about to move down a level and start to look at species that exist on the bottom of your aquarium mainly. What I'm talking about is Corydoras species. Again, you've got so many different options. People absolutely love their Corydora because they've got such unique personalities. And if you get a large enough group, you also get that sort of shoaling or schooling look down the bottom of your tank, which is something that personally I absolutely adore. I like pygmy corys because they have the exact same characteristics as the big ones, but they're a lot better for your community tank because they have smaller mouths. The reason I would have these guys in almost every one of my community tanks is they do quirky things. Some of them will swim upside down. I found a bunch of them just sleeping on their side and thought something bad had gone wrong, but the moment you give them a nudge, they're up and about again. They also add an element of like a cleanup crew. They'll fix up any food that your live bearers and your floating fish just don't eat. Your Corydora species will start to munch away on. The reason that's important is because if that food is left for too long, you're gonna get nitrate and ammonia spikes in your tank, which is so bad for a community tank because things start to go really wrong. The one thing I will say is they do make a little bit of mess, but their playful personalities make it really hard to stay mad at these guys. Species number 5, angelfish. These guys become a centerpiece in your aquarium. The reason I love them is their mouths are also really small, meaning they get along with so many other species in your tank. They grow larger and they also have little streamers that come off their fins, which looks epic too. I haven't kept too many angelfish, but in a big community tank, they thrive and they do really well. The one thing that I will say about angelfish is they are part of a cichlid species, and cichlids tend to be quite a lot more aggressive. They're probably on the more peaceful side when it comes to cichlids, but you want to keep an eye on the other tank mates in your tank, and you also want to avoid other species that like to nip on fins. Because angelfish have got those big, beautiful fins, the moment you start to get species like barbs that will nip on those fins, you start to get some serious issues. So Just mix and match correctly. Don't put these guys in tanks that you've got barbs in, for example, and you'll be fine. Make sure you keep these bad boys in groups of 5 or 6, and in the right community tank where they feel comfortable, they'll bring elegance and they'll bring some drama. And the last fish on this list I would never leave out of a community tank, because without these fish, I don't even think you can call your tank a community tank. They are the best cleanup crew and the best algae eaters on the face of this earth. Bristlenose pleco. Unlike your common pleco species that get massive, these guys stay quite small, and they do such a good job at moving around the substrate of your aquarium, eating any leftover food, and eating any algae growing on your rocks, on your wood, and on the actual glass of your tank itself, as long as you're wanting to keep your algae levels down, which every sane fish keeper does. These guys are nocturnal, which means they like to come out at night, and they aren't happy unless they've got lots and lots of hiding spots in your tank as well. Put some hiding spots in and you'll almost never see them. Your tank stays clean, but you almost never see these fish. If you want to see them, there's one hack that I've found that works every day of the week. Skewer some zucchini on a fork, sink it in the bottom of your tank. They'll come out day or night and they'll be munching on that zucchini until it's finished. Just don't add more than one male in your tank unless you've got a larger tank, because the males can get territorial with each other. If it's a big male and a big male, they'll be beefing until one of them is the lone survivor. So as long as you don't do that, they're basically every fish keeper's best friend. And that's it. Those species should be in almost every community tank, and they'll get along with one another and all sorts of other species of fish every day of the week. Let me know in the comment section which one of these fish you're gonna add to your fish tank. If you liked this video, you're going to love 5 fish with big personalities for little tanks. You'll love the amount of energy that these guys bring, and as always, hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one.